Square
Alright.
Enix.
Thanks for ruining my intro. So, we are back with Drakengard 1, the first game directed by Yoko Taro, and the first game in the Drakengard Near Universe thingy. I am here with my co-host Jelly Lord. Say hello.
No.
I'm gonna apologize up front. This game is really boring to play. So I'm not actually going to be fully playing it. This is only going to be 2 parts long, so we can talk about the general gameplay and look of the game.
Heresy.
As compensation, though, we are making a lore video. Details on that well, you'll see when it's out, but it'll be out after the second part.
Can't believe this. It's not a full playthrough.
Yeah, I've given up already. This is pretty early on.
Well, I'm thankful for it because, I have not played any of these games at all. Not Nier Automata, not this, so I will have, nothing to really say. So...
That's okay. You'll figure out what to say as you watch. Anyways, this is back when games were... Every single game still had CG intros like this, and this one's pretty cool. You get a flash through of all the characters, you're not going to know any of them, so deal with it.
Ooh, this looks like Panzer Dragoon for the Saturn.
Yeah, so this game was originally developed as a fantasy spin-off of Ace Combat. In fact, the director of that series was originally going to make this, but because of how busy he was, the role got shifted to Yoko Taro, who was brought on as an art director. But they didn't like his art. Which is kind of ironic. So it developed into this.
Yeah, the rocks on that freaking guy look nasty.
Yeah. So the best way to describe this game... this game is like a mix of Ace Combat, Panzer Dragoon, and the Musou series or Dynasty Warrior series. Whatever you want to call it. And unfortunately, it does none of those very well. However, though, they did get that Square Enix budget, so the cutscenes look great. For the time.
Anime dude.
That is our main character, Kaim. So I'm gonna go a little bit into how these games were made. These games were very kind of reactionary to games at the time and Yoko Taro's views on games. Around this time, you'd see a lot of games that were arcadey and heavily score based on how much people you were killing. Mm-hmm. And basically his logic and thought process was people who kill a lot of people are kind of insane. So basically everyone you play as in this game is kind of insane and has some major flaw to them.
That's neat.
We'll start with our main playable character here, Kaim. He is an absolute psychopath.
That logo looks very Final Fantasy.
I know. It's literally Final Fantasy. Anyways, I hope you like that intro. We got another one.
Another one?
Yep. It'll be there we go. Some ASMR for you.
Poison. Chaos is power. Power enriched by the light.
Yeah. This you can definitely tell the time span this game came out. All of this stuff was really popular in Japanese games. Either Final Fantasy or Sonic Adventure.
What is a world without Furia?
So anyways, now we're into the actual introduction.
The
I want to
dragons
say you
look
can ignore the
freaking
previous
dope.
one. They do. They're Western inspired. So they got that European look.
Square Enix should make a Panzer Dragoon game.
We got the remake.
True.
So that means Sega brought it back, kind of.
Still need to play that. I still prefer how it looks like on the Saturn, but I'm a low poly graphics nerd.
We'll see how you like the actual in-game engine for this. Oh, there it
Doesn't
is.
look bad. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks very PS1 for a PS2 game.
This is a Square Enix game, but most of the budget went towards the cutscenes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The actual in-game stuff is a bit more rough.
Well, you're also playing this on an emulator on low settings, right? So
yes.
I imagine it probably maybe looks a little better on actual hardware.
Maybe, especially on a CRT. I can't confirm. This game's kind of pricey. It's like $100.
Okay, so I'll never own it.
Yep. Neither will I. I don't even have a PS2, so that's out of the question anyways.
With my innermost soul. The goddess will die.
So, basically, there are these seals around the world that are keeping the world from being destroyed. One of them is the only seal that's on a human is called the Seal of the Goddess. That's who we're defending. We're defending it from the Empire, who wants, for all we know, wants control of her. There are other reasons, though. But basically, having control of the seal gives you, like, a big status symbol. She's currently being protected by what's called the Union.
It is an ancient time, and dragons still roam upon the earth.
Yeah.
Two great powers.
Again, a lot of it, I will save a lot of this for the lore video where it can be more focused. But just to give you a little bit of context.
In only a short time.
What is the two-face thing in the background there? Does that have any significance, or is that just a thing?
It's part of a cult.
Its fate.
Okay.
Which we're not really going to see much of the cult in these early game time, other than in Chapter 2 when you start seeing mentions of it. But Chapter 1 has absolutely nothing to deal with it. It's just our kind of introduction to the world. Our character, and back to the CG.
Yay. When does the game start?
Like a good 10 minutes in.
Oh, God.
Alright, so that's our current goddess, Fuliai. She is our sister.
And she's a goddess. Or does she have, like, the seal of the goddess?
Okay, being a goddess is not something you want. Basically, you have to maintain purity. You're in constant pain, and you're just kind of stuck there waiting until you die and the next goddess is made.
Why are you in constant pain? What's the point of that?
Well, you're containing the seal.
I would just kill myself then. Problem solved.
Well, you see, then the seal would break, and you would potentially end the world. That would be bad.
Well, that's not my problem. I'm already dead.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that. That's one of the endings to the game.
He just cut his sword. What?
I love Kaim.
That's cool.
He's fucking crazy, and now he's already dead. Like I said, he's a battle-loving maniac. He is very genocidal. Basically, his parents and his entire life were taken away from him by a dragon when he was like 16 or so. Around that time, his sister also became a goddess and was taken away from him, and his best friend just kind of got depressed and left and joined the army. So he's very, very angry. He's a very angry boy.
So what is he gonna... Is he like fighting to go get his sister back or something?
He's defending her.
Oh, okay.
Because he's part of the Union's army, and they're defending the last stronghold with Fuliai from the Empire.
This looks
Fuliai.
bleak.
I can't pronounce her name. Alright, you see that combo I'm doing?
Is that the only one you're gonna have?
Square, square, triangle. If you hit that, it'll end with a crowd decimator, doing damage to other people, keeping them from hitting you. So there's no reason not to use it.
Do you have to fight?
Depends on the mission.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you have to kill enemies. Other times you just have to make it to an objective. And also if you're getting weapons. You do get some magic though, so that's cool. Some fireballs.
Ooh. His run is funny.
Yeah.
Show no mercy. Attack!
It looks like he should be going a lot faster than he is. Whoa!
Yeah, that's already fixed by Nier, the second game from Yoko Taro. So the development of this game did not go well for him. It was heavily changed by the committee running the game, and probably Square Enix itself.
Yeah.
He said it was very stressful, and he refused to make a sequel. So they just made one without him. He is listed in the credits as a video editor, but that is, from what I can tell, his only contribution to Drakengard 2. So he wouldn't actually be back for like 8 years until Nier released.
So is Drakengard 2 like bad, or is it?
It's about the same as this, from what I can tell.
Okay.
But because Yoko Taro's not involved, no one really cares.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's in the same position as Dark Souls 2, where the original creator was a bit more absent, and the game itself feels very different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this
Nier,
looks
though,
riveting.
is more of a direct sequel to this in its own way. So,
Mm-hmm.
and when we get to that, I can talk about that more.
So are the targets the ones you actually have to fight in
Yep.
this mission? Okay.
But as you can see, every enemy is in just a small group like that. They're always in a
Yeah.
formation, because this space, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, those are the guys you have to kill. Though you do want to kill some other enemies because you do get XP, which does make you more powerful, and kills with your weapon slowly levels it up, but the level requirements are kind of insane. Thankfully, it's not needed for completion. To complete the game, you have to get every single ending, but to get the last ending, you have to collect, I think it's 72 total weapons throughout the game.
Dang.
You don't have to level them all up, you just have to have them. This is also something Nier would do. I don't know about Drakengard 3 because I haven't finished it yet, but Nier Automata does not do it, thankfully. Just Nier Replicant. But some of the requirements, you do get a jump. I don't know why you need it, but you do get one.
It's for platforming?
There is no platforming. This is it. This is the game until you get a dragon. And that adds just a little bit of extra gameplay.
The dragon parts looked fun, though. From the intro that we saw.
You keep thinking that.
Man, it feels like your moves do less damage as time goes on.
It does. There are enemies that it was taking me a solid 10 minutes to kill a single one, and I had to kill like 15 of them. That's when I gave up and stopped playing.
Is this like...
Because this game, I like the storytelling, I like the atmosphere, I like the cutscenes and stuff, and and the characters. I just don't like playing the game, and that's like the killer. It's just not fun to play. Which, even for as repetitive as Nier Replicant gets, it's still a huge improvement over this.
Yeah.
So at least it gets better, but it is just ugh.
So we kind of talked about it off camera a little bit, but you don't really need to play this if you want to get into the Nier games, right?
No, every single game is standalone in its own right, except maybe Drakengard 3. I don't think you're really gonna... Well, yeah, actually, you can play that one on its own. They do... You just come up with your own conclusions on what happened, but there are in-universe explanations for things that happened. People who played Automata will know what I'm talking about. But to actually understand the story, it doesn't necessarily matter. These are games that have lore, but to understand what the games are going for, the lore is not very important, if that makes sense. In fact, there are multiple timelines, and things are just changed around on a whim, so you're almost discouraged from getting into the lore. One of the inspirations from this game was heavily inspired by Evangelion, which kind of operates in the same way. In fact, the final ending to this game was made as a giant reference to the movie End of Evangelion, and was almost a joke ending, which is why it's ignored for Drakengard 2. But when he came back to make Nier, that's just the ending the game continues on, and the entire series goes off into. And it was started as a joke ending. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the game is.
It just ends. I thought you were gonna have to like break down the door and fight the target inside.
Yeah. Nope. That's
Nope, it just
the next
ends.
mission. It just ends. Our goal and our only goal in life is right now to kill the Empire and go protect our sister.
Of course.
Gotta go protect Furia. From what I can tell in background information, he just cares about her as his cute little sister, and that's kind of it.
Cute sister.
He just likes he defends his family. She's his only family loves. His parents are dead. Uh-oh. He's not supposed to see that. He hates those. Also, remember, he's currently almost dead. He did get slashed in the back.
He got slashed in the back, but he sprinted away at top speed like nothing happened, and we did that whole level.
Oh yeah, we killed 63 people, so he's very good. That's why this game has a kill counter, which is fun. You can go some levels where you kill like thousands of people. It's great.
It's already... Oh. It's not dead. Never mind.
But you can never dirty my soul, wretched human.
Dragons and humans don't like each other.
Tell me, do you still want to live, dragon?
I've seen something saying that dragons are instruments created by God to kill humans. We'll get into that in the lore video. But there's also evidence that they may actually be from the Nier universe, 6,000 years in the future, created to fight aliens. We'll get into that later.
Your answer.
But yeah.
A pact or
So
death?
does like a pact... What does a pact do?
So, when you enter into a pact, both creatures are healed. The human gains superhuman abilities, but also loses something precious to them. And the dragon gains a connection, or the creature gains a deep connection with the human they're pacted with. And then all people who are pacted together can like hear each other. They have just a global connection. With that, we got an axe now. Not really going to be using this much because it's not good for crowd control.
Yeah, it doesn't look very good.
It is good for tougher enemies though, but
Oh.
not crowd control.
Yeah, you're immediately taking more damage with it.
Yeah, that's why I'm back with the sword.
Ah,
If I can
gang
get
it
the
up.
combo started. There we go. Now they can't hurt me.
Yep.
They're dead.
Now you have won.
Yep.
All you need is that one combo, and you're good.
Yeah. Basically, this is the equivalent of just spamming X or Y in Sonic Unleashed.
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to make this more interesting, but it's going to be in vain because... Also trying to see what the magic attack is. Basically, as you combo, you'll see light appear on your character, and if you press the square button with that, or the triangle button with that, you'll do a magic finisher. So that's what that crowd control strike is. It comes after 2 hits, and it's really easy to do. So for this one, you just get a big knockback, I think. Yeah, that.
Neat.
Not as useful as this. Unfortunately, though, just the general damage with the sword is weak.
Mm-hmm.
So it's using it takes a while.
Well,
but the
it's
magic's
like
nice.
I was kind of getting at it earlier, but you like do a combo on someone, and if you land a full combo, like half their health is gone. But then you do it again, and it doesn't take nearly as much of their health down. So that's why I was like, it feels like it gets weaker.
Yeah. Once again, this game's not very good. It's not fun to play. I think that writing's supposed to be like a seal or something. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Or it's just them mocking the dragon. She doesn't tell you her name until like one of the endings. Her name is Angelus, I should add. She's very distrustful of humans.
With that which killed my parents.
Anyways, Kaim here is grappling with that.
I like how he's saying that, but he's the one that even brought it up.
Yes, he is. He wants to live.
He's like, I want to live,
but he wants to live.
But throughout this battle, I'm going to question this decision, even though I was so sure about it before.
Yep.
So they have to fill it out with dialogue, I guess.
Well, they have to let Kaim talk because he's about to not talk for the rest of the game until like one of the endings.
Why? Oh.
Yeah, we have to fight like 6 of these guys, and they take forever. This game is so slow. I hate it.
You know, the way
It's
you're
not
knocking
fun.
these guys around makes it look like you should be able to like juggle them mid-air, like Devil May Cry, but I don't think you can do
You
that.
could if you can move faster.
Yeah.
No, Kaim's slower than Sonic and Sonic Labyrinth. And I didn't know that was possible.
I shall
Eh,
not die.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
I haven't actually played Sonic Labyrinth, I should add.
in Labyrinth Sonic.
Anyways,
is-
when they're up against the wall, you can very much juggle them.
well, yeah, they don't
It
get
looks
knocked
hilarious.
away. Earth,
Rock.
wind, air, fire. I did not do those in the correct order.
Who cares? I'd rather watch that than this. What do I have to do? Oh, yep, there they are.
you
They just
you
had
gotta
spawn.
find them so that they pop in.
Yep. I have to kill it. I have to do this all again. Now I'm doing what I should have done. The sword. Look
Why-
at that. He's burning through so much faster.
Do they just walk slow? Why isn't the other one coming? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he moves very slow.
And
It
then he
doesn't
gets
matter
knocked
when he
back.
when he gets close, he just gets hit by that.
Fireball.
Yeah, this is why I'm not making you sit through like 20 parts of this game. You should thank me.
You
Yeah.
so that you may kill.
Yeah. if this were a full playthrough, I don't know if I could take it.
By the devil's luck, pact with you.
Now she's considering the pact. Let's go. Yay, we win.
What makes you worthy? Ah, you killed all those guys. So you're pretty good.
Hey, she don't want to die either. Look at that, 27 guys.
She
dead.
looks
We almost
dead.
killed 100 people already in this game, and we're still mortally wounded. Isn't that fun?
Except, you know, the big gash is not there on the in-game model.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a budget that doesn't exist.
But
What does that say? Like dragons shall kill you or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh well, look, he's got blood on him now.
Now,
It's either his blood or everyone else's.
now he's tired.
Your answer.
A pact.
I do like this cutscene. This is
We are
done pretty well. Some of the voice acting gets wonky later on, but
Well,
Kaim's voice actor is surprisingly good for how little lines he's gonna have.
a pact.
He does good. Like I said, the characters and story to this are really good.
What the fuck?
He's making a pact.
He just reached inside himself.
Yeah.
Wait, so if you get fully healed, but you still have a billion arrows in
Don't worry about that.
you.
They just like kind of bounce out.
Well, that's good. at
Anyways,
least.
they just kind of pulled out their souls, I guess. Merge.
Whoa, so dramatic.
Yeah, there's no physical change. He's just
Other
not
than
bloody
his
anymore.
clothes, his clothes kind of like turned blue.
Oh, I guess the arrows are still there. I'm going to assume he removed them afterwards.
Yeah,
They're
but
kind of linked together now. They share the same pain. So, like, all those sticking inside of her, he can feel them too. That's gotta really hurt.
well, they're
So,
gone now.
anyways,
so-
Kaim's... So, like I said, the human does lose a part of themselves whenever they make a pact. Kaim lost his voice. So, yeah. Now, our dragon's gonna talk for us. And, like I said, it's a shame because Kaim's voice actor's kind of good
Yeah.
compared to other characters.
They attack from the
Oh well, I like the dragons, so that's not the biggest thing. Well, let's learn some dragon combat. You know Sky Chase from Sonic Adventure?
They are aiming for us.
Yes.
It's that.
So
But you have control over the plane.
is it on rails? It doesn't.
It is
look-
not on rails.
So it's nothing like that.
Oh, I just meant in the general attacks and what you're doing. You're just kind of dodging around.
It's more like Star Fox All Range mode.
Now, to be fair, this is more fun than the general ground combat, but it's still pretty lifeless, as you can see.
Hold my neck tight.
And it's not helped that the music in this game is so repetitive. Pretty much every single later game would be done by a studio called Monaka, which is headed by Keiichi Okabe. But they didn't get involved until near Replicants, so here we're kind of stuck with a very generic fantasy soundtrack. I mean, it's fine for what it is. It's just very repetitive, very fast. It uses the same tracks over and over. But yeah, basically, whenever there's hordes of enemies, you just kind of wave the reticle around to lock on and then release. And that's it.
Riveting.
And of course, some of the enemies do get pretty tanky. So you're just kind of stuck.
It's very riveting.
Yeah. Frankly, the only thing keeping your sanity is character voice lines. Because you get to learn more about them, and in some later levels you get story elements, but that's about it. And it ain't worth it. This is kind of the same experience I had with, like, Final Fantasy X, where... I mean, the combat system of that is good, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only good against boss fights, in my opinion. General combat, I really don't care about, so I was pretty much just playing that game just so I could keep getting into cutscenes, because that was more interesting. But at least in that, it was still fun enough, versus this, which is just... Ugh, it's too long. I don't even know if you're just supposed to kill all the enemies here. I don't know what triggers this mission to end.
Probably.
Maybe just to kill a certain amount of enemies, I don't know. Yep.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, there's still enemies over there. I don't know what ended the mission. But at least with the dragon, all you have to do is just kill stuff. You don't really have to find anything. Other missions, like when you're on the ground, may have things beside that are like, you know, kill all these enemies or make it to this location. And that's kind of about it for mission structure.
Yeah. Also, I just wanted to point out, I saw the freaking PlayStation 2 emulator save thing in the top left.
I couldn't do anything about that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I hate that on emulators.
Yeah.
Oh, more.
Yep, more. So, would you play this game?
No. Especially since I'm like watching it, I feel like I'm getting like the experience here. You know?
Yeah. And look at all of those.
What the hell?
Oh boy, we have to kill all of those as well.
That's not tedious at all. That just looks like the developer copy pasted it in a grid formation.
You mean like every single enemy formation in this game?
Yeah, but this is
Yeah.
this is literally like a grid. There's
It's
no.
not too bad because you get that magic attack, which just takes out like everything. It's great. It's very useful, and it's pretty easy to charge up. So that magic attack is your best friend.
Mhm.
Anyways, the controls on this aren't very good.
I was gonna say you need to get some distance. You're kind of like up in their
Yeah.
grill.
Now, you do get a dash, which actually you can dash forward and you can dash left and right. And this game's unique in that it lets you dash both forward and right at the same time. Which is very helpful for dodging. But otherwise, it's like a jet fighter, it's like Ace Combat, you're just always moving. And once you're a certain distance away, click the two bumpers and you'll just turn around and go back to launching fireballs, and that's kind of it. You got bigger things like this, which just take forever. because you have to destroy like every single weak point on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just takes forever. I don't know why I'm not using the big magic attack.
You gotta save it. Oh,
No, there we
go.
That magic attack also breaks the audio, which is fun.
Yeah.
Wiser men choose not to.
Just a big old fart
Philosoph-
sound.
It's philosophical, yay.
Who needs philosophy?
This game does, to be interesting. Though, in my opinion, it's best done in, like, Nier Automata. But other games just kind of have a general idea and theme working throughout them. Nier Automata has that while also heavily focusing on various schools of human philosophy, which is fun. So I hope you're ready to start reading Wikipedia articles while we do that commentary. Be happy though, we still got 3 more games to get to before that.
Yay.
I promise you, Nier will be a lot more interesting. And Drakengard 3. They're so much better than this.
God damn it. And I will continue to just have nothing to say. Unless I decide to play, one of the games by the time we do the next one.
I was about to say, this game just kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Ow. Cannonballs hurt.
I like
And now I
how
gotta fly to the other side of that.
I like how the protagonist guy, I forget his name already. I like how he's got I like how he's got his sword out like he's gonna use it.
Nope.
It's
I
just
guess
like
he's just gotta always have the model out.
Dragon, I wanna kill things too.
He does. He's fucking. He's a fucking maniac. Time is not okay. God damn it! I gotta show that last cannon so I can win. Oh my gosh! There we go.
We play for something like this. We're like, yeah, we're not gonna do a full playthrough, but if it were, a boring Sonic game, we would do the whole thing.
Because we have something to say about Sonic, or we can just talk about better Sonic games. This, I just want to talk about other Yoko Taro games, but I don't want to because I know we're doing commentaries on them.
Well, I mean,
anyways, we killed 140 people, 142 people there, by the way.
Nice, but
hell yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say we're probably not gonna get to those for a little while at least, so you can probably talk about them now. There's no harm in it.
Makes more sense when you can see it. Anyways, this is our final piece of gameplay. When you can combine the dragon with ground combat. So during these segments, you can hop off the dragon, or you'll be forced off if the dragons hit too much.
Mm-hmm.
But you do a lot of crowd control, so a lot of times it's more useful to be like this, unless the enemies are resistant to magic, in which case, God help you, because they'll take forever. You also get this big fuck you attack, and it's cool.
Yeah, this feels like I don't know, you got like a super power up in like a multiplayer game and you're just abusing it.
Pretty much. You gotta kill like 20 of these targets before you can complete the level. It just takes forever. Because more will appear, of course, after you kill these initial ones.
Yeah, of course.
Because aren't you having fun? Isn't this good?
I mean, I don't know.
It really
I haven't
makes me
played it.
wonder how these games survive. Because none of them did well. I should note that, like, for as good as Nier gets and Drakengard 3, the games don't sell well. They just have a cult following. They sell, like, I guess, just enough to stay around.
Wasn't Automata, like, kind of a really popular one for a while?
Automata is the only hit. The Nier Replicant remake, though, has sold up, I think it was at 2 mil last time I checked. Automata, I think, was at either 5 or 6 million copies.
Well, damn.
That one just came out of nowhere. But these games sold, like, maybe at most 100K, I think.
Okay,
or less.
What are the protagonists in the other games? Are they women?
In Drakengard 3 and in Nier Automata, 2 of the playable characters are women.
Okay. Because I think most people kind of latched on to
2B, yeah.
2B because, you know, she's hot, but she's also just kind of really interesting design. I'm not.
It's really funny they did too. Oh yeah, like I said, if you get hit by enough arrows, you'll just be forced off the dragon. Anyways, this is gonna be spoilers for Nier Automata, which I don't know why you'd be watching Drakengard without playing that, but it's funny that people like 2B so much because she dies in 2/3 of the way in.
Well, that's spoilers.
Yeah, just fucking dies.
Well, that sucks.
So yeah, it's really
As
funny
a
people latched
non-fan?
onto the anime thighs so much because they disappear.
Yeah, as a non-fan, I figured she was like there for the whole game because of how popular she is with, you know, certain communities of people.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how secretive that is because most people don't know that still. They think he plays 2B the whole way through, and I guess 9S as well.
I didn't, and I was planning on playing
advertised.
the game, so that's good. It's good to know.
Well, you told me I could talk about the game, so shut up.
I didn't say you could spoil.
That goes hand in hand.
No, it doesn't. Well, you knew
Oh,
I was gonna
whatever.
play Automata.
You said you would, but like that means nothing to me.
Yeah, maybe I'll just not play it for like 10 more years, so I'll forget what you said.
Oh, you'll forget soon. I don't know. I played the game like a good 5 years after it came out, and I somehow managed to avoid all spoilers.
Yeah, it's like you said, apparently nobody talks about that at all.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I only ever
All
saw
I knew
clips
about
of
the multiple
gameplay.
playthrough thing.
I only ever saw clips of like gameplay of her, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's the first playable character.
No, so everyone just gives up after like a couple hours. That's why nobody
I mean,
knows.
maybe. But like, once you beat the game and see the credits, you get a message from Square Enix's PR team strongly encouraging you to hit continue game. So you start the second playthrough, which is as 9S. I don't know why they call them separate playthroughs. It's only like that in Nier Replicant. But they add so much in, I don't know why they call it a new playthrough. It just feels like it's avant-garde for the point of it. Just for the sake of it. It's weird. But it is what it is, and the games are popular, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Except for this game. No one will ever like this game.
This is just the most repetitive thing I've ever witnessed.
Also, holy shit, I am almost dead. Oh wait, no, I was looking at my mana bar. Never mind, ignore that.
I was about to say, you better not die. If we have to watch this over again, I would cry.
I cut out deaths, don't worry.
My God.
I died enough times, and that's why I'm not playing this anymore. Yep, just launch fireballs at enemies until you get this.
I feel like
Let me
you
tell
killed
you, it
way
really sucks when enemies are immune to magic because that's a magic attack, but the fireballs aren't. I don't know why. So basically, this attack will do nothing to them. So you're just stuck with the standard fireballs, or you just hop off the dragon, and it just takes forever. It's not good.
It feels like you've killed way more than like 20 targets or whatever you said earlier.
438 right now.
Oh my God.
You can see it in the bottom right hand corner how many people I've killed.
I mean like the targets specifically. I feel like it should be done by now.
Oh no, there's one target per group, and there's still I think some on the map.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
There's so
Okay,
many.
well he died very fast. So.
It spawns like 30 or so. Sorry if 20 was wrong. There it is.
Human castles.
Alright, fuck you.
Fuck you. Yes.
Please come quickly.
Oh, that was cathartic.
The Empire has broken through the front. 'Cause they are too strong.
Yeah, these are freaking massive fireballs from a goddamn dragon. It should one-shot all these guys.
I agree. That would be so much better.
Even the targets. You're telling me you can take a meteor to the face, basically.
Yeah, they're armored. Remember, the game operates differently from the cutscenes where Kaim was one-shotting everybody.
So all the targets, you're telling me can like Saitama one-punch meteors?
Yes.
That's just not fair.
Life's not fair. That's what this game teaches you. Nothing is fair. Alright, so this is more prominent in Nier Replicant and Nier Automata, but Yoko Taro likes to play around with camera angles a lot. Also, you can just run past that. You don't have to fight any of them. It's great.
That room was pointless.
So these are the general cutscenes of the game that aren't FMV. They're very zoomed out, and you just have to look at character portraits when they talk. There are no changing camera angles. It's just like this.
Huh.
Yeah. So it really makes me wonder why they even made the FMVs. And why they put the budget there. I really wish it just went into the game and they just did everything in-game. If it, you know, saves money and made the game better.
You know, so far, you know, the FMVs have been the best part of the game.
They are. There's like 36 minutes worth of them. I'd recommend just pulling those up and watching those. They're so much better. You're missing a lot of the story, but, like, it's cool at least. Too bad Nier Automata doesn't really have any FMVs. I don't think Nier Replicant does, at least in the original release. I'll let you know whenever I get fully through it. I've only played the Replicant remake, though I'll be recording the original Nier Replicant. But yeah, the FMVs, maybe I'll send it to you because it'll be fun to watch it out of context. But the opening FMV of Drakengard 3 is fucking gorgeous. Anyways, now we're in a confusing castle.
Oh,
hooray!
That was a hard cut.
Yeah, nothing happened. You just kind of run through the rooms and constantly hit enemies.
Did that say remaining time 58 minutes?
Yeah, you have an hour to beat the level.
What the fuck?
You do not need that long. You can beat it in like 5 minutes if you just run past everything.
Oh, thank God.
Of course, though, you don't want to, because I think in one location there are enemies you have to kill. And you have to kill those specific enemies and a weapon will spawn. Nothing tells you about this, by the way. I don't know how people found the weapons originally without a guide. It's... Ugh.
So,
it's not good.
What you're telling me is just use a guide if I ever were to play this game, which I probably won't, but...
A guide won't make it better. It'll just make it so you can get through everything at the highest pace you can. But it won't make it fun.
Oh, someone's invaded you.
Oh yeah, this is also a weapon spawn. These guys are enhanced by the cult.
So is he like invincible
I don't think you even have to kill
for
them
the
because they'll
timer?
just disappear after a bit. What?
Oh, I thought like I couldn't see their health depleting. I thought that maybe they were like invincible while that timer's going down.
No, that's how long you have to kill them. I don't think it matters if you fully kill them. I don't know. She doesn't want you to die.
Stop getting hit, jackass. That's basically what she just said.
Okay, it's like Halo with Cortana and Chief. If Chief dies while he has Cortana, Cortana's dead too.
True. Yeah. I made the joke earlier, but that did just remind me of someone in like Dark Souls or something invading you.
Yeah, they just show up and wreck your shit. Unlike Dark Souls, though, they don't use glitches to get auto backstabs on you, so it's at least kinder than Dark Souls. Amazingly, when I recorded Dark Souls, I never got invaded once, so I don't even get to show that off. By like another player, I should add. You can get invaded by NPCs, but those are scripted, so they're not as fun.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
Just go.
We're in Drakengard.
Where do you even have to go?
You have to figure that out. It doesn't tell you. That room I went into was a side room. So now I'm trying to get to the other side, but these jackasses won't let me out of the way. Or let me through. Go figure. It's like they're trying to do something here. Yeah.
Oh, he gets a speed
how we're all
boost after a
feeling.
while. That's cool, I guess. Oh, a long hallway of enemies.
Actually, that speed boost is something that's in every single game, funny enough.
Upwards, the seal is above.
Although I should add in Nier and in... okay, it's not in Drakengard 3, but in Nier Replicant and Nier Automata, you activate it when you do the dodge or roll. And then you can run faster. With Nier Automata specifically having a second variant where if you're sprinting for a bit, you get another speed boost, which is helpful. Replicant doesn't have that though, because Replicant's world isn't as big. You don't have to run through it as much.
Yeah.
I'm just watching this and thinking about why can't I talk about Nier Automata already?
Why didn't you just record that one?
Because I'm stupid and want to talk about them in order. And at
That
least
is
the other
stupid.
games will be fun. They'll be good.
We
lot better.
we played Mega Man X first.
Basically, the best part about these levels, which is the characters constantly talking, is turned up like times 10 in the other games. So you get even more fun dialogue and character interactions. That's only a good thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying we could have just skipped to that. Yeah.
Well, again, that's why this is only 2 parts long.
This kill seal.
I love how mindless the Empire are, though it is a decently good hint to show you that the Empire is not actually in control. They're basically completely controlled and subjugated now by the cult, who want to end the world by breaking all the seals. Because, yay.
Nice.
There are seals for each portion of the land. I think it's the seal of the forest, the seal of the mountains, the seal of the water, and the seal of the desert. Which just so happen to be the only biomes that will ever appear in any Yoko Taro game.
Damn, you just got wrecked there for a second.
Yep. There's always a mountain, there's always a forest, there's always a desert, and there's always an ocean. Every single game. Though they do change up a little bit.
Miyamoto?
Yeah, kinda. This is Zelda on steroids. Isn't that fun?
This is not like Zelda at all.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Maybe Hyrule Warriors?
Well, Hyrule Warriors is just a Musou game with a Zelda skin. So
Exactly.
go figure.
And it's a lot more interesting than this.
I was at a game shop the other day and I almost bought it. It was Gundam Dynasty Warriors. And I'm like, a Gundam
That sounds
Musou
awesome.
game. That's gotta be interesting. It had mixed reviews though, and I couldn't see the price tag, so I'm like, I could ask what the price tag is, but it's gonna look awkward if I don't want to buy it, so I'm not going to. So I just bought something for my Game Boy.
That's fair.
Which is probably going to be more fun than this.
Lady Furii is further within.
There are treasure chests, ones that don't appear through objectives and just appear naturally, give you heals. And that's it. And then the combo system also gives you healing. If you combo enough enemies, you will get 1 heal. If you combo further than that, you will get an item that just explodes and deals damage to everyone around. And it kind of alternates between that, unless you have full health, in which case you only get the crowd control item.
Gotcha.
But I don't know entirely what activates them, because I'll keep killing enemies for like 10 minutes and never see a single one. And then there'll be other times when I'm getting them for like... Oh, that's what it is. Okay, using that magic fireball attack breaks your combo. So that's what it is. So it only counts if you're using melees.
Well,
Yeah.
okay then. This is like
Or
the most
enemies.
empty feeling world I've ever seen. It's like there's,
Drakengard 3 is much better with it, trust me.
it's like there's a castle, but the castle has like no furniture, No,
Yeah.
like light fixtures. Just
Yep,
some
this is a
columns.
budgeted 2001 game. To the max. Which again just pisses me off that the FMVs look so good, because I'm like, I wish that budget just went to the game. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a new sword there that I'm never going to use because it's not Keim's sword. That's all you need
What's
the whole
the
way
best?
through.
Is that like the best weapon in the game then?
There are other weapons. They just take so long to level up and such that if you're just going simply for completion to beat the game and then not caring about other stuff, you're pretty much just going to use Keim's sword.
Gotcha.
Because you'll probably just play through the whole game, go through, backtrack, get all the weapons, and then do the final ending and then be done with it. So that's Inuart, that's our best friend, and who was originally supposed to be, it was originally proposed to be married to Furie. But after she became a goddess, I guess I was eating there. After she became a goddess, she was forbidden from marrying. So, like Keim, he went into various forms of depression and got sad. He's also very jealous of Keim for various reasons. We'll probably get into that for the lore video because it's not really brought up at all in this early portion of the game.
You lucky asshole, she's your sister.
Anyways, remember Keim's unhinged. The cutscenes try to show it, but a lot of times he's just kind of there not emoting at all because he can't talk.
Well, they don't really
So
have
either
like...
he'll just have a random cutscene where he's stabbing a body, or Angelus will just have to say, Keim, stop killing these people, we gotta go.
They're not very expressive.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure their in-game models don't actually emote at all.
They kinda do.
Kyle,
Very little.
you
Look at
can't
that,
see.
he's pointing.
No, I'm talking
Look at
about like
that
their
tongue.
facial expressions. They don't exist on the in-game
Yeah,
models.
the pact seal there's a pact seal that appears where you lost your whatever, so it's on his tongue because he lost his voice. It'll appear on other characters in various
The
ways,
castle is no longer safe.
but we won't really see that. We're only going to see one other party member. Every single party member makes a pact of some kind.
Their village will be a safe haven from the Empire.
One guy loses his eyesight. The female party member loses her womb and the ability to conceive.
Of course,
And
they
then
did that
this
to
kid
the woman character.
It makes sense for a character, trust me. But
What about you, Kyle?
and then the last character, who's this little kid, he loses his age, so he can't grow up and can't get bigger.
Lol.
Yeah.
How does that symbol appear on him?
I don't know. I never saw him. I never got that far. I just watched a lot of lore videos because I don't want to play this game. Also, the cutscenes. I watched a lot of cutscenes. But yeah. I don't like that music track, so I don't want to listen to it.
Spooky sounding.
Perhaps we should celebrate.
Anyways, they're gonna leave, and he's got to celebrate his victory because he's a music guy. Also, Keim's bloody again. Look at that.
The usual song.
Well, yeah, you just went through another battle.
So there is a detail. Inuart's music. He used to be a really good musician and very talented, but after he lost Furie, he basically lost any interest in it. So it should be noted that he eventually becomes an enemy. He gets captured by the cult and gets converted into an enemy.
Huh.
And he actually loses the ability to sing or play music. So there's another significant one.
Get wrecked, nerd.
He I guess I was mainly gonna save this for the lore video. We'll talk about it now. So Keim's sister actually is incestuous towards him.
Dude, I was joking about that earlier. Why?
Yep.
Japanese developers.
It comes
why?
up just randomly mid-battle. The dragon, Angelus, just says, Keim, surely you've noticed your sister's feelings for you.
Japanese
and then as it's a reply,
devs.
she's like, oh, you just don't care? Okay.
I think for a long time, incest was made out to be a white person thing. Nah, it's a Japanese thing.
I don't know. Look up the. I can't remember the family tree, but it's the family Marie Antoinette is from. They were famous for like many generations of Italy.
Oh yeah, I know
and had
about
many
them.
the Habsfields, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of deformities. She does too, just a little bit though. But yeah, Inuart is jealous of Kaim for that, and it does come up when he becomes an enemy, but early on you don't really see it. But it should be noted, Freely I did like Inuart too, but she also liked Kaim. They just all grew up together.
Neat.
But it's not really, at least for the story, it's not important. It's just kind of part of that flaw that every character has.